Hi everyone, how's it going? Hope you're doing awesome. We're going to be starting our health talk, our first of 7 health talks in 2021. I've always dreamed of having my own talk show. Thought, why not chime in the news, something fun, something that I know I'm going to have so much fun doing live, okay, with you. It's happy hour, so I hope you brought something you love to drink. I'm sipping on my energy tea. Love it. So delicious. I know it's going to help me just have these antioxidants, hydrate. Best of all, I really just feel like I'm sipping away, hydrating energy. So that's awesome. Okay, so we won't always start with sad music, but really that's the kind of music I really like. It's not everybody's jam, I get it, but it just brings me to a nice, peaceful level really quickly, and that is all that I'm talking about, all I really need. With so much chaos going on in the world, it's nice to know that you can still tone it down and shut it off, right? So with that, we are going to begin, and I'm going to just shut that off just so that you can hear me really clearly and get as much out of this as possible. These are really going to be quick health talks, and the reason that I'm building this now is because I know that you want more, that you need more support, and this is just one way that, again, my coach team and I are really working on making sure you have access to this so that it's quick, easy, informative, and you get like re-inspired at the beginning of your week. So a lot of us are doing the brand new year, new you challenge that starts today. And again, if you are catching this and it's a little later, right now I'm filming this at 6 p.m. I'm going to be doing these every Monday at 6, but it just so happens that we have started, and you're still invited. You can still let me know that you want in on the healthy new year challenge, and it's simple. So I have lots of questions on that. People are wondering. Perfect. You can still join probably till midnight tonight. So get on the wagon, get decided. But we're really just here to talk a little bit about who I am, right? Because some of us have met in passing, some of us have met really spontaneously during the holidays, and we've talked about health, and we have decided that this is something that is interesting to you, but it may just be out of reach still. And with that, I want to just let you know that it's definitely not out of reach and definitely not too late. So, my street name is Coach Coco. I know that sounds super silly, super dumb, but that's just one way that I can, I feel really good about myself. I know that Coco is my nickname, and I just love it. I am a fan of health and wellness. I've studied in various capacities, completing sort of continuing education credits and learning every little tidbit that I can about health and wellness, and now nutrition, as I've started embarking on my nutrition coursework. And so with that, as I now see myself in like what I used to do, it's been full circle. And you don't have to go all in, okay, like I have, but maybe you're curious about what it is to maybe begin a health journey. And that's really what I'm mastering, right? Helping other people begin their journey. And many of you are on a journey. I know that because we've connected. Some of you are just a little hesitant. And this is really where I love to just lock arms with you, because that's how I started. I was really not all in for a really long time. And I felt like I didn't know enough. I didn't know what to do. There were many opinions about how to and all this. And through my continuous efforts to self-study and learn, I get to bring this programming to you, like directly, which I'm just so excited about. And I've been studying, since the pandemic hit. I knew that I needed to do something, and I was inspired. And I had so many of you just latching on to this idea of becoming healthier that I thought, you know what, this is what I was meant to do, right? Really, really inspire people to lead healthy lives. And that is just amazing. So I feel really good about my work. But of course, it's a learning curve. Okay, I've been teaching for 15 years. I've been in the classroom, which is great. I'm using that to now bring this kind of information out to my friends, family, the public, right? And that's what I've been up to, right? So a little bit about me and where I'd like to go. I think part of it is I've felt that because I didn't know enough, because I didn't know where to start a health journey, it was really hard to start a health journey. It was like looking at a map and not knowing what is north, what's south, what's east, what's west. And with health, especially these days, there's so many people out there that claim that they know and that they don't know and all this stuff. So there's lots of truths, lots of misconceptions, and sort of false science, okay, that really, I think, is part of the reason why we feel like we fail, okay? And that, my friends, is where I was when I started my journey, okay? I felt like I had failed, and it just didn't seem right. It didn't sit well with me because, again, I'm one of those people that just like loves to get it, loves to understand, and loves to help other people. So with that said, I'm just so excited. I hope that your new year has been just already full, already clear, like really set in stone, clear that you can do this, You've proven to yourself. You're here, you're watching this silly little video Coach Coco's putting on, ha ha ha, he he. But at the same time, I'm going to say, wow, you're showing up though, and you want to learn more. And I have something to tell you. So this is great. So these health talks are going to be taking place every Monday from 6 to 6:20 or so. And then there's be time for question and answers. So anything else that you'd like to talk about, great, let me know. But this is going to be consistent. This is going to be something that's definitely going to be on your roadmap to your journey, through your journey, right, this 2021, every Monday from 6 to about 6:20. And then there's question and answers. So that's awesome. So you're invited. And we're going to get started. So, I think I really want to focus on new year. I think that's a great way to start, great way to really focus our conversation, because then it impacts most of us as we all start this new year, this is where we are, right? This is where we are. And when we talk about New Year's, I can only really think of one tip to say. Right? One tip to say, because if I go on to say that I know more than one tip, it automatically shuts us down and we think we won't be able to do this. So one tip, and I think you're going to love it. You're going to really appreciate the fact that it's simple, that you can use it right away, and that it is based on science. Okay. Science is backing this up. Okay. So, when I started my journey, I really needed to, I felt like I was not consistent. Like I would always start something and then kind of like dip out day 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Like somehow the middle would always disappear. And I started with figuring out like what it was and why my pain and how come I hadn't done this and all this. And I would nitpick. I would literally just nitpick at the reasons why I had failed. And that really just brought me down, I mean, that makes sense, right? If you're constantly picking on yourself, you're going to only feel down, right? And so on the 100th time of trying to lose 1, 2, 3 pounds, because I was on a heavy stuck 168 pounds, okay, I needed to figure out how I could make it get unstuck. If this was a representation of who I was to myself, which was, nitpicking at how things were going wrong, I needed to figure out what I could do to spin that around and really have it work for me and my goals. Okay. So when you start to apply this, now think of me as you and you as me, we are the same. We go through these maybe similar, right, scenarios in our heads. What can we do to overcome those things, right? So that it's not that much of a barrier. And if you skip a day, it's no big deal, because you know you're going to be there for yourself the next day, right? Because it's been proven that the system consistently works, which is amazing, which is what I'm about to give to you. So new year, right? A lot of us come up with 10 things, 12 things, one list, I don't know, check boxes you got. It's horrible. It's horrible how we treat ourselves, really. We're not a box. And when we go ahead and really try to focus on something that is worthwhile, it's really hard for us. So I think when you sit down and you figure out what is that one thing, what is that big domino, right, that you need to work on, okay, this month, let's say, you just stick to the month, right? What is it? And what I want you to frame it into is it has to be something you love, it has to be something that you enjoy, and it has to be something that fills your cup, right? So when you're like, for me, I really needed to like walk more. I was so immobile, I just didn't have the energy, okay? And so I started with printing out a calendar, cheap, free calendar, and I would, instead of, checking myself off, I would write down that I did something for my heart that day. And I did this, and I did this over again, week by week. How many hearts can I get? And I would make the things that I love to do count, okay? Like I walked a little bit more, a couple more steps, I would write it down. I would count it, right? As long as I was hitting, maybe I challenged myself. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to 0, so why not try 500 a day, right? 500 steps. Why not? Like, start with one thing and make sure that that one thing counts, right? Counts as something that you love. So walking is, I love hiking. I love walking. So, I mean, I would shoot for 22 out of 30 kind of thing. Was it always the case? No, I started with hitting 8, 9 times a month, 8, 9 times a month, over and over and over again. And I had to accept that that was where I was. And that was the beauty, was that I could see where I was, and that I could, from there, go on a little bit further, go on a little bit better, right? So when you focus on that one thing for your resolution, it's in a positive way. I'm going to walk more, right? Instead of, I'm going to give up this, I'm going to stop doing that, I'm not going to do this anymore. All of those things are only going to break you down even further and set you up for failure, because that's just proven. It's proven, right? So what do you do when you have that one thing, right? And again, you can use this technique. This is a science-based technique by Gabrielle Owingen. She's a doctor, and she's been spotlighted in the Happiness Lab. Check it out if you aren't following that what do you call those? Not vlogs, but whatever, those podcasts, right? It's a beautiful podcast, super positive. Lori Santos, she's an amazing doctor. Definitely add that to your list of things that you're listening to. But she talks about this technique, and this is what I'm excited about. So this is not my technique, but I'm using this technique, and I think that it's really something that everybody can use. And it's like, it's called WOOP, okay? WOOP, WOOP. And what it is it's a 4-step roadmap to overcoming the things that you want to slowly or cold turkey stop doing. Okay, so again, like, maybe you are trying to, stop biting your nails. Okay, I get it. Maybe you are trying to clean the bathroom a little bit more, right? More consistently, like not let it go too crazy, right? Maybe you just really don't like doing dishes. Maybe you want to start walking more. Maybe you want to start sleeping more. Maybe try meditating, right? Something, right? Whatever that goal is, in a positive, beautiful light, you're putting that up there. And now, right, that becomes something called a wish, which is step 1. Okay, so step 1 is figuring out that wish. Okay, now, again, be realistic. You aren't gonna like drop 50 pounds in a week, okay? Like, we're talking about healthy, active lifestyle, which is what I absolutely believe is the antidote, right? Antidote to the whole mess that we make for ourselves if we do not follow baby steps, okay? So, wish, you have your wish. The step 2 is figuring out the outcome. So the oh my gosh, if I walk like my 500 steps a day, I am going to feel so proud of myself. I am going to feel like I can actually follow through, right? Huge. That's so important, right? So come up with the results, the outcome. Now, step 3, come up with the obstacles. What gets in the way? So for me, it was, oh, I hate my sneakers. Okay, presto, that's a pretty easy solvable solution, right? Get new sneakers. Okay. But sometimes it was, I was out drinking too much. Sometimes it was, I was staying up all night. Sometimes it was, I was just so depressed that I didn't want, you know what I mean? So like some of these obstacles are huge and they may shudder you a little bit, but I want you to be courageous. And again, reach out, talk to me. We can talk about it and come up with a solution. But, or I can point you in a direction, right? Or something like connect, right? But what I'm saying is the obstacle part is huge. Okay. So for me, again, it was, I get home too late. I'm too tired at the end of the day. I can't do it. Like all the obstacles, and you can name them all. Like, please name them all. It feels so good to understand, right? What's coming at you, or write it down. Like go through the whoop, exercise, and write it down, right? So awesome, because then you get connection. Your whole body is like alert to it, right? And accepts. And what you do in step 4 is plan. Okay, so you're going to plan around the obstacle, right? So when I felt like I was going to have a tiring day, like you can kind of tell, right? Whatever time of month, like, come on, like we are so intuitive, okay? Us women are so intuitive, and men are too. You just have to plug in, right? But planning will help you then connect and find a roadmap within your own, right? Within yourself. And that, my friends, is magical. So, I didn't say this, but as Laurie Santos says, changing behavior is hard, but with a bit of effort and dedication, you can improve your outcome. So with that, you guys, I wish you an amazing, incredible start to your new year. Stay tuned to next week. If you want to join in live, awesome. Next week, 6 p.m. Eastern time. And if you need the notes, want the notes, please let me know and I can shoot you an email. And if you'd like to start really figuring out your nutrition, you need somebody to talk to, awesome. If you want to meet up at 6 p.m. on Mondays, please come by. If you want to do yoga with me on Sundays at 9, this is awesome. Like such a great way to connect. I promise you that if you connect, if you stay connected, you will get amazing results. We'll talk to you soon. Bye. Happy New Year.